I bought a storage unit at auction for $25, mostly for the tool chest visible from the door. The tools turned out to be junk, but at the back, under a moving blanket, there was a camcorder in its original case and a shoebox holding 8 labeled tapes. The labels were handwritten, one per year, 1994 through 2001, and the handwriting got shakier as the years went on. I almost threw the box in the resale pile. Instead, I took it home because the camcorder still powered on, and I wanted to test it on something. I tested it by recording over the first 30 seconds of the 1997 tape, just me panning across my garage. When I rewound and played it back, my garage wasn't there. The original footage was intact, as if I had never pressed record. I tried again on the 1999 tape and filmed a full 2 minutes of my own driveway. On playback, the tape showed what it had always shown, and the counter sat exactly where I had left it. I checked the record tab, the heads, the battery. There was nothing wrong with that camcorder except what it refused to do. So I stopped testing and started watching, in order, from 1994. 8 tapes, and when I added up the counters, it came to 6 hours and 14 minutes of one family's life. A dad behind the camera who narrated everything in a low, happy mumble, a mom who kept waving him off, and a small daughter he called Josie Bug. The dad's name was on tape too, because the mom sang it during a birthday, so I'll use it. Ray. The first 3 tapes were the reason people keep tapes. Josie at 4, asleep in a laundry basket with a dog's tail across her legs. Josie at 5, losing a tooth in a slice of watermelon and screaming with joy about it. Ray narrating a failed camping trip in the rain, zooming in on the collapsed tent while the mom laughed so hard the picture shook. 60 birthdays, and first days, and bad haircuts, and not one frame of it anything but ordinary. By the end of tape 3, I liked them, all 3 of them, and I want to be honest that this is the part I'd take back. I liked them enough to keep watching. Tape 4 was Josie's 7th birthday, 12 kids around a picnic table in the backyard. At counter mark 41:20, while everyone sang, Ray panned across the yard, and at the tree line behind the swing set, something stood between 2 trees. Dark, upright, person-shaped, too narrow for a trunk and too still for a guest. I rewound it 4 times. I told myself it was a neighbor watching the party over the fence line, and honestly that held up fine, because it was far away, and because I wanted it to. I kept watching. It was in tape 5 11 times. I know because I started keeping a tally on the back of an envelope. Counter mark 12:05 at the fence. Counter mark 33:40 at the corner of the garage. Counter mark 58:10 in the driveway in broad daylight during a bike lesson, close enough that it should have thrown a shadow, and it didn't. It was the same shape every single time, the same height against the same fence posts, and it was nearer to the house in every appearance. Nobody on the tape ever looked at it. The neighbor explanation didn't survive the driveway. Nothing replaced it. I kept watching anyway, and I stopped liking the tapes and started checking them, frame by frame, the way you check a lock. Tape 7 skipped a year, 2000, and the label just said Josie 9. The backyard parties were gone. Ray filmed smaller things now, indoors, and his happy mumble had gone quiet. At counter mark 22:50, he filmed Josie asleep on the couch, one hand hanging off the cushion, and at the end of the hallway behind the couch, inside the house, the shape stood in the dark of the bathroom doorway. The last segment on tape 8 was worse than that. The camcorder sat on a tripod, filming an empty living room at 3:05 in the morning by its own timestamp, and nobody was holding it, and nothing moved for 4 minutes, until something crossed the frame close enough to black out the lens, and the tape ran out. The storage unit's paperwork had a surname, so the news archive took me 20 minutes. Raymond Fenn, 41 years old, reported missing on August 19, 2001. The article said he was last seen carrying boxes into a storage facility on Route 9, and that his wife told police he had become convinced someone was, quote, already in the house. The timestamp on that final tripod recording was August 18, 3:05 a.m. He packed the tapes into that unit and vanished the next day. The article had one more line I've thought about every night since. Josie and her mother moved away that fall, and Josie, the paper noted, would turn 10 that winter. She'd be in her 30s now. It took me 9 days to find her, through the facility's old billing address and a public record search I'm not proud of. She answered the door of a small house 2 states over, and the moment she saw the shoebox in my hands, she stepped back. Not toward me, back. She didn't ask if the tapes showed her dad. She asked which unit number the box came from, and when I said Unit 40, she nodded like I'd confirmed a diagnosis. She took the box and the camcorder, and then she looked past me, down the length of her own street, both directions, slow. The last thing she said before the door closed was not thank you. She said, "You didn't play them at night, did you?" I have a phone full of videos, like everyone does. My kid blowing out 5 candles in March. The dog refusing the bath. 40 seconds of my own living room from last Tuesday, filmed to show my sister the new couch. I watched that couch video again tonight, because after 9 days of tapes, you check things. Behind the couch, my hallway is in frame, and the bathroom door at the end of it is open, and the dark inside that doorway has a shape to it. An upright one, and I have measured the hallway, and there is nothing that stands in it. My kid's birthday video is from 5 months ago. The couch video is from 6 days ago. Last night, I deleted the couch video and emptied the trash folder, and this morning it was back in my camera roll. So was a new video. 4 minutes of my own living room in the dark, time-stamped 3:05 this morning, filmed from a steady height in the corner of the room. I don't own a tripod, and I haven't played it past the first frame.